I chose international business as a university major because I loved studying languages, learning about the world, and dealing with people. I dreamed of getting a job that would require me to travel around the world or that would allow me to relocate once in a while. I have always loved the excitement of the unknown, maybe because I grew up in a small town, so I need to experience constant changes in a fast-paced environment. I dreamed of working for global companies. But then, life happens, and right after graduation, I found my Prince Charming in my first internship in a far, far away country called Canada. Like in a good fairy tale, the Cinderella that I was had to conquer many challenges to be able to reunite with the love of my life. Instead of having a straightforward career path, my professional career became a never-ending zigzag journey, and I have switched jobs many, many times across a wide variety of fields and across the literal seven seas of the world. I have worked as a researcher, project manager, event organizer, author, photo model, teacher, market manager, salesperson, mentor, business development coordinator, editor, interpreter, translator, executive assistant, fraud analyst, career coach, community manager, education ambassador, movie extra. One time, I did even 20 different jobs in Vancouver in the course of 1 month. What do you call this? An incomprehensible resume? Or career portfolio? I call it life. When you move from one country to another, you have to adapt yourself to the new job environment. And as a young professional, sometimes you have no choice but to be flexible and accept what's available for you. There are three big lessons that I have learned from having a zigzag career. The first lesson is, the most important thing is not climbing the corporate ladder, but feeling constantly engaged while continuing to learn new things and challenge yourself at work. When I mentor young people, I tell them not to choose internships or jobs only for their fancy names, but to choose the ones that would allow them to nurture their professional and personal skills. When you're young, focus on developing your skills rather than collecting fancy titles. I have heard many stories of people who have climbed up the corporate ladder since they were young, and then at the age of 30, 40, or 50, they realized that they stayed too long in a boring, safe job option. So don't be afraid to try different jobs and have a career portfolio until you are sure of your professional choice. The second lesson is, hitting a dead end might help you find a more exciting path. After moving to the USA, it took me a while to get a work permit, so I looked for ways to kill time. In the beginning, I volunteered for a nonprofit organization that helped immigrants and refugees settle in the USA. I thought that if I could not work, I should help others build their careers. I also volunteered for a Chamber of Commerce since I wanted to continue to build my career, and I knew that Chambers of Commerce would allow me to expand my network. But then, I realized that this was a perfect moment for me to start my own projects and to test my ability in new areas. So, I co-founded a global citizenship community that has become hugely successful in Vietnam and now has over 40,000 followers on social media. I have also become an author and co-author of 8 books. I have traveled to different parts of the world to deliver speeches and have been interviewed by major TV channels, magazines, and newspapers. When one door closes, another door will open for you if you see it as an opportunity. And the third lesson is, don't let work determine your value. I have always been very competitive. I was always one of the top students at school. I won dozens of competitions, I earned scholarships, and I was always at least a couple of steps ahead of others. I refused to have gaps in my resume, So I filled them with jobs, international programs, and projects. In the last couple of years, when I couldn't perform remunerated work, I was terrified to hear the question, "What do you do?" Because even though I was very active with my projects, I was out of the work market and I didn't want to be considered worthless. People ask the question, "What do you do?" so that they can categorize and label people more easily. But then I told myself, let not be defined by work titles. Be proud of yourself and what you have achieved. Be happy and feel privileged that you have all the time in the world to pursue your passions and hobbies, which many others can't. Having a zigzag career path has widened my expertise, has helped me develop various skills, become more flexible, self-aware, and satisfied with my life in general. What's next for me? I'm standing at a crossroads at this very moment. I'm moving from Boston to LA in a couple of days. I already have many ideas of what I could potentially do, but I look forward to seeing what lies beyond the horizon for me in the West Coast. All I know is that I will work hard and keep myself moving. Maybe forward, maybe backward, maybe laterally. Who knows? C'est la vie.